We're following Tuesday's murder-suicide in Summit Township. Hannah Saunders spoke with neighbors of the elderly man who took his own and his wife's life at the Ridge Crest Health Center. And as she found out, they say they know why this happened.
This happened out of love. Nothing else but love.
Paul and Mary Matteson were like parents to Jerry Bartlett Boone.
I can't do this no more.
And have lived beside her since she was a child.
They did all kinds of things together. They were always together, and now they're still together. This wasn't a bad thing.
The couple was approaching their 90s, and since they never had any kids of their own, they took care of their neighbors, babysitting, fixing bikes, and being there for anything they needed.
I don't want people to think bad because he loved her and she loved him.
She says Mary had been suffering from dementia and had just underwent hip replacement surgery.
He loved Mary.
It was getting tough for the couple to take their evening walks they'd taken every night for decades, and even tougher for Paul to see Mary in pain.
This is a very isolated incident. There was never anybody else in any danger.
Sheriff Steve Rand says he has no reason to believe this was done out of anger or even confusion, but instead something that seemed to be very thoroughly planned out over the span of at least a few days.
In fact, he went into the room initially and then went back out and retrieved a bag that we believe the gun was in and then came back in.
Now all Jerry can do is try to take care of what's left behind of the Mattisons.
I'm not letting that lawn die. That was his pride and joy, and we went out and started watering.
Making sure their grass still stays the greenest in the neighborhood. In Summit Township, Hannah Saunders, Fox 47 News.
Neighbors say the Mattisons got married when Paul returned home from serving overseas during World War II. They also believe the two had never been apart overnight until Mary's surgery.